Good morning, everybody. I just want to do a quick video with a few updates from the Wax platform on specifically Farming Tales, Dra Dragon Valley, and also give you a heads up that I'm going to do another walkthrough of a new game here coming up. So you'll see a new video out shortly. Just wanted to do a few quick updates for everybody. First of all, let's go ahead and show you the few things that I've added since my last video. Added some additional gardens. So I got two. My goal is to get up to 4 or 5 gardens here in the next few days because I think gardens are going to be very important coming into the new Wax Chester, just because there's a huge variety of products you can make that need items that come from gardens. So I'm trying to focus on that, and eventually, hopefully, by the time new Wax Chester comes out, I would like at least 10 gardens, just so I can produce those products pretty quickly. In addition to that, I did upgrade a few animals, not the sheep. The goat, I've actually upgraded to the cow. I upgraded to a rare cow. Animals are pretty cheap right now. So I traded in my common cow and got a rare one. In addition, I grabbed a epic goat. That was super cheap. Epic animals for under 100 wax. I had to jump on it. So I got this epic goat for about 80 wax. And then put him in here. I kind of wish I would have went with a rare just because of the timer is a little bit better. Right now, this is a 6-hour and 40-minute timer, so I can harvest it 3 times a day. With the cow, I may actually upgrade that to an epic cow because that's only 3 hours and 30 minutes, which I can still harvest quite a bit throughout the day. It's the longer timers that become a little bit of a challenge. So I'm working on that just so I can have better efficiency now that CBIT's coming out. And those are the main updates that I've done since over the last week. I added a few additional. I'm going to keep building up, but it's a balance now. Now that CBIT is starting to push through, so you need to balance through not just building your farm, but also having that constant flow of CBIT. As you can see, they added the CBIT over here. Right now, the pool is a passive pool. So whatever cest you have in your wallet is the amount of the pool you own for each 24 hours. So right now I have a little over 41,000 cest. So I'm getting roughly about, I would say, 65, 70 CBIT per day, and that's only half the pool. Once they actually completely turn on and change it over to an active staking where you actually have to put your cest into a pool and stake it where you can't access it for 7 days, that's when they'll up the overall pool rewards to 100%. And that's coming soon. I think the deadline for that is the 23rd, which is 2 days from now. The reason they only have it at 50% right now is if you harvest individually and then go through and refill your silos manually by coming over here, hitting E, and refilling, that takes CBIT. And then the other option right now is if you do harvest all, come over here and do harvest all, that still uses cest. All right, it takes a tax, it takes about a 10% tax plus the cost for food and water, which comes out of your cest. That's the reason they're only rewarding 50% of the pool right now. I'm to the point where I'm self-sufficient, so I'm using the manual harvest and the fill through CBIT because it gives me roughly about 260 some cest every 2 hours. If I do harvest all, because I have to wait and I can't do them individually, harvest only gives me about 160 zest every 2 hours. So I'm losing about 100 every 2 hours, which the more zest you make, the more you can build up staking, which means more CBIT you can make. So I've been focusing, now that I'm self-sufficient, using the manual. But if you're not self-sufficient yet and you can't use CBIT all the way, uh, continue to just harvest all, build up your cest, build up your staking pool, get as much as you can in before they switch it over. Because as I mentioned, that their goal is the 23rd to turn off the cest for harvest all and switch that over to CBIT, which means both options will need CBIT. So you need enough cest in there to be able to generate and become self-sufficient. Otherwise, you need to buy it off the Alcor market. So just a heads up there. Focus on building up your cest if you don't have enough right now. The good news is once they turn that on, you'll be getting twice as much CBIT coming through based on your staking. So, and one other thing before we jump to the next topic, the pools are dynamic. So you may not get the same reward every single day. It's all based on what you have staked. Once they do the active staking, my recommendation is a portion of CES that you earn from each day put back into staking, because that staking pool and the number of CES that's staked in there is going to grow over time. And if you ignore that, you're going to get to the point where you're not self-sufficient anymore. So what I'm going to do is day one, I'm going to put 40,000 staked. And then based on how much I earn each day, I may add 1,000 or something to that on a daily basis, just to keep it growing, just to keep it self-sufficient. And I want to be at an overflow of CBIT, just so I can hold on to that. As I get more farms, as I mentioned, I'm going to get more gardens, and then add additional animals. So I always have enough CBIT to feed my animals. So I'm always growing. So that's my goal. Um, so that's the current thing for Farming Tales. As I mentioned, it will uh, go live. Their target is the 23rd, if not earlier. And we saw from the initial introduction of staking and CBIT, they tend to go earlier. So the sooner you get your cest up there, the better. All right. That's my update from Farming Tales. I'll go ahead and do another one here in a few more days. But let's go ahead and switch over to Dragon Valley. All right, I've switched over to Dragon Valley now. Couple major updates over the last couple days, and I want to first of all apologize. I was hoping to get these updates out a couple days earlier. With the holidays, we had family over on Saturday, uh, and then the last couple days been rough because my kids have been sick. So apologize for the delay. But as far as Dragon Valley goes, couple major updates. The one thing that hit me pretty hard is they did a nerf to epic dragons and shiny dragons. If I go over to my epic dragon, it wasn't a huge nerf, but it was unannounced until they actually did it, and they haven't said anything about it since. Uh, so switching over to my epic here, he was initially making, on the alchemy side of the reward, he was initially making 255 DVG per 24 hours. And then just a couple days ago, they decided to reduce that. Now I'm only making 209, which is still a good amount. I can't complain. Thankfully, I got my epic through hatching. Those people that bought epics through the Atomic Hub and paid like 1,600 to 2,000 wax for their epic, and then it got nerfed the next day. I feel for those people, because, as I mentioned, it was unannounced. They haven't really said anything since. It's just kind of it was a weird change. I understand from the tokenomics perspective, we were kind of flooding the market with DVG, so I understand why they wanted to reduce it. I just think they could have implemented it in a better way. So there's a number of people that are jaded right now, but if you got it through hatching or you're looking to get a dragon now, epics are much cheaper than they used to be. So that's available now. Just a quick few updates on what I did. I've actually maxed out a number of my common dragons. So I've moved. This guy's a rare right here. The rare rewards have not changed at all. I wanted to move one rare over here so I could start leveling him up, trying to get him to max level And then over here on the alchemy side, I still have an epic here, and I still have a rare here, and then I put my maxed out common here. So I am making roughly about 300, a little over 300. Actually, no, I'm sorry. Since they changed it, I'm making about 270, 280 DVG every 24 hours, which is a shame because before I was making about 350. But once I max out my rare, I'll go ahead and switch out these rares. I really hesitate to move the Epic out of here because, again, 209 DVG every 24 hours, which is a hit, but I will have to level him up at some point once the evolving comes out because I want to be able to evolve him to a legendary. Um, but I'm trying to get the rares up there so I can evolve them to epics. As I mentioned, all my commons are maxed out. So they're getting, let's go ahead and show one of my, he's right now in alchemy, but he gets between 24 and 30 DMD uh, every 3 hours or so. So that's good. So between all four within these, I get about 100, 110 DMD every 3 hours. So that's pretty good. One other announcement. Let me quick switch over to Discord because they actually have a drop going on today. So let me go ahead and switch over there. All right, we are over in the Dragon Valley Discord right now. As I mentioned, they are doing a drop today. It's a Christmas focused drop. It is at 1500 UTC, so it's here in a few hours for me. What it's going to cost is $120. Roughly, depending on the rate at the time, it'll be about 250 wax per pack. You get a Christmas egg, and then you get a random item with it, which is a signature pass shard. The signature pass shards, if you get, I believe it's 6 of them, 6 or 8, I can't remember off the top of my head, but if you get all of them, you can burn them and combine them into a signature pass, which essentially gives you second dibs, or it's basically a whitelist for the second round of future pack drops. Right now, the preferred, premium pass holders get first crack at it, so they get the first round, and then eventually these signature pass shards and the signature pass holders will get the second chance at getting packs, and then after that, it'll be public people. So it's a good to get if you're interested in getting the passes and you don't want to pay for the premium pass holder membership. So those will be available. Dragon Valley stickers, just NFT. I'm not really a fan of those. And then the token bags. These are basically DVG bags. We saw them in the first pack drop. They could be 50, 100. I'm sorry, 100, 500, and 2,000. I don't know what they will be in this drop. I'm assuming they'll be still the same ranges, but I'm assuming also that the odds for those will be much lower. As I mentioned, they're going to do two rounds for this one. They're going to do the first round, which is the premium pass holders, and then the second round is about an hour later, which will be to the public, but you had to go through a number of steps in order to get technically whitelisted for that. With only 1,200 packs that they're dropping, there's 700 and some premium pass holders. I've already heard in the forum that there's going to be a number of people that are going to pass on this, so there's going to be plenty available for round 2. The price just seems high. I'm still trying to justify whether I'm going to buy a pack in the first round because I do have a premium pass. 120 or 250 wax is a lot. When the chances are, here, let's switch over to show the odds. This is the egg for the Christmas. The rarity is 70% common, 20% rare, 5% epic. They do have some specials in this. Essentially, 10% of the commons could become Christmas eggs or Christmas dragons, which will be these guys right down here. They're a water element. They actually, from an alchemy perspective, have the rate of a rare. So roughly you'll have in the 50 range of DVG, even though it's a common, which is pretty neat. The drop rate is pretty low. That's the challenge. You do have a chance of getting a shiny. Shiny is about a 0.2% for both the Christmas and the normal. So the rate of getting anything but a common is kind of low, and that's part of my challenge with this. Right now, with the dip in value, it's great if you're looking to buy some dragons and jump into the game. So if you're looking to jump in the game, now's a pretty good time because the values are pretty low. Once we get to evolving it and they add some additional content, I expect that to go up. Again, just a quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not an expert legal wise, so don't take this as personal financial advice. But from a personal perspective, I think it may go back up once they add additional content. So it is a decent time to buy if you're looking to buy. But as far as this pack goes, paying 250 wax to potentially get a common that's only going for about 100 wax is hard to digest for me right now. I still have a few hours to make a decision. Who knows? I may just pull the trigger to try and get one of those Christmas dragons, but the rate's so low. Who knows? They may change the price. They still have not announced the final details. They just announced that they finalized the whitelist. Let's go over there. They did finalize the whitelist for round one. Again, round one was the premium pass holders. Round two are the people that went through those steps to get whitelisted. And this is the round one drop. So let's actually go ahead and click on that. I'm not sure. All right, looks like we're still recording. So it looks like they are keeping it at the same price, which is a bummer because it's 264 wax. That's a bit of a bummer. So it looks like you get an egg, as I mentioned. You get a random item, which promo stickers 50%. Again, I don't really value the promo stickers. Shard, great for resale for me, but I already have a premium pass. And then you get a 10%. You can probably hear from my voice that I'm a little disappointed with the dust bags only being 100 and the gem bags only being 100, especially at the rare drop rate. So there's a good chance that I'm probably not going to go for this. It just seems too expensive. You decide what you want to do if you're whitelist or you have a premium pass. But for me, I can easily get 2 commons, almost 3 commons for the same price. I don't really have a lot of interest in these, as I mentioned. I already have a premium pass, so I don't need the signature pass. So I may let this one go for anyone in the second round that wants to pick it up. So all right, and then one more thing, the start, as everyone knows, or as you may not know, sorry, Starship is coming out and launching on the 28th, so in about a week from now. But they do have a test going on, so let me go ahead and quick switch over to that. All right, we are over in the main screen for Starship, and this is on the test network right now. They opened it up for everyone to go ahead and do a test. This is going to be the next game that I really jump into on the 28th. I've been playing with it on the test side, and I'm going to do a full separate video once my timer's up. So I can actually walk you through doing a mission, how to set some things up, and essentially what it's going to look like once it goes live on the 28th. You can still, if you go to their Discord, they have instructions. You can test this out, see if you like it before you even buy. They give you free packs on the test network. Again, those free NFTs that you get on the network do not transfer over to the live side, but it gives you a chance to test it out. It's kind of neat. I haven't really seen this too much where they give you a free chance to test it all out. So if you're at all interested in this, I recommend it. I will drop a video either today or tomorrow walking you all through this, but I wanted to give you a heads up that this is coming. This is the next game that I'm going to be playing or adding to my overall portfolio on the wax side of it. So keep an eye out for that. I'll drop that soon. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I know it went a little bit long. I think we were a little over 15 minutes. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, I am playing my main items on wax. I'm playing right now is Farming Tales, Dragon Valley, and soon to be Starship. So you'll get some tutorials for Starship coming up, plus some additional items for those others. And I'll also be dropping a Gala update here in the near future, since they are opening the weekly challenge again this week. And some big news with that: Candy Canes is the meta. So that's pretty interesting. That's the first time Candy Canes is a meta for that. All right. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe. I will go ahead and continue to post content like this if you guys like it. Thank you. Have a great day.